can I put you? You're going to sit alright on there. I'll just hold you. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs, shopping, reading and her monologues. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs. Poppy K, subscribe, like, comment and share. Hello and welcome to this week's vlog. Exactly that. I have literally just uploaded last week's. And I said I didn't know what I'm going to read, but I've got a choice. I actually got quite a lot of books here to read. I picked this up from our free donation book shelf, but don't know if I fancy that. I might, I don't know. I have got A Forgery of Roses by Jessica S. Olsen. This is about not an author, artist, a portrait artist whose paintings alter people's real life bodies. So I might read that. That's sort of the one that's screaming out to me. Or there's The Silk House that I picked up the other week, and this is about a dual POV, I think. Yeah, because I've read one of the chapters, and it's about a school in the present time, but it's also about a workhouse in the past, and it's told on dual POV, so it's a toss up between these two. So I think this one is going to be the one. So husband's just come in, so I'm going to go and get him his dinner and tuck myself up on my sofa bed thing and read, and I'll fill you in. Well, hello. Where am I going to put you? I am currently, you probably hear that, cutting out some stuff for work, really. I am celebrating VE Day on the 8th of May. So I've made an aeroplane, which I've probably already showed you already. And then if I flip you around, I've made some poppies and stuff, and I've just been cutting out all day really. I've done the poppies. They're going to go on the letterbox, and these are going to go on the window. So I've got aeroplane, we've got, I think these might go on the letterbox as well, and that sort of thing. And then there's the V-Day thing. So this is just me, and what I'm doing at the minute, I've got to be quick because I'm running a bath as well. This is going to be a tank, so that's a box, so that somehow goes in there or something, I don't know. But yeah, so that is the beginnings of the tank, and I'm just cutting out little bits. So that is a bit that goes there, do you see? So yeah, so I'm literally, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna have a bath, and I'm packed and ready and going to my mum's tomorrow, so I'm just going to wash my hair as well, because you know when it's in space buns it needs washed. And then I will probably see you tomorrow when I'm either halfway to mum's or at mum's. Yeah, so I haven't read anything yet. I'm taking my books with me as well, so, well, I say I haven't read anything yet. I have started to read The Forgery of Roses by Jessica S. Olsen. I think I'm about chapter 4. It's good so far. So that is my little update. I'll catch you in a bit. Look at that sky out there. That's an angry sky. Oh. Right. I'm going to give you an update. Hello. Well, I know I said on an earlier video, I don't think it's going to be every 2 weeks, but at this moment in time, it seems like that's the way it's going. So let me fill you in on everything that's happened. So last week, I think I haven't actually looked at anything. This is the first time I picked up the camera in a while. So I was going to my brother, not going to my brother's, going to my mum's. My brother was coming up with his children, my nephews and niece, and I was going over there to help with the driving and do all sorts of stuff over the Easter weekend. Now I didn't film because I just wanted to be in the moment. I hadn't seen my brother for quite a long time, about 12 years, and it was just nice just to catch up and be. However, we did go to some quite nice places. I will probably put in a few clips over what I'm saying. We went to the Botanical Gardens, the Welsh, I think it's the Welsh Botanical Gardens or something, and the weather was absolutely atrocious. However, we had a really nice time. Went up to the Falconry, which is a new section since the last time I'd been there. Me and Tom went there. God, we went to St David's. I think it must have been about 8 or 9 years ago. But we went there and they, you know, watched all the owls and stuff like that. We also just had a little bimble round, and in the centre of the Botanical Gardens is a domed green glass house. So we went in there and had some lunch and stuff like that, and then came home, put the fire on and watched some movies and stuff like that and got warm. Then on the Saturday we just went into town, into Ammanford. I went in with Thomas and the children and we watched films and stuff like that. Just had quite a nice relaxed day. And then on the Sunday I was going to go home in the evening because I wanted to spend Bank Holiday Monday with Tom, and we went to one of the castles that I've been to. Now I can, please do, I apologise for the pronunciation. I think it's it's Dinefw something, I can't remember, but anyway, I've been there before, and you'll have seen bits and pieces. If I can find a little clip from the video and stuff like that, I will insert it into this portion of the video. So we went there, which was really nice. We had great fun. The kids loved exploring all of the little nooks and crannies and things like that, and we were shouting out to everybody else that was there. And we went into the house. Of course I had to show them the dead cat that was there, and then we came home, had a beautiful Sunday dinner. Unfortunately, Mum then has come down with a cold. She's got really bad sore throat and everything. I got back on Monday. Me and Tom spent sort of the day together. We didn't really do much. I just was recovering. You forget how much energy it takes to look after kids. And I mean children and parents and brother children. So I was a little bit exhausted, and now I feel a little bit achy and fluey myself, and I'm hoping I'm not coming down with it, with what Mum's got. But I spoke to her today. She's still in bed. She's been in bed for the last few days. So get well soon, Mum. When this comes out, hopefully you'll be a little bit better. The book that I actually took 2 books with me. I took this one, and I took this one and this one. Do you think I read anything? No. So I'm still on chapter 4 of this. My proposal for this week, we are on Wednesday. My proposal for this week is to get this finished. I want to get this finished, and I also would like to start. I've got David Copperfield. I've got a classic, Charles Dickens. I just fancy reading a little bit of a classic. So the audio for that was available at the library. So I thought, why not go for it and see how I get on with that. So that is the plan for this week. we will see how that happens. On Saturday we are probably going to go to the Black Country Museum, so that should be quite good. And that is about it. But my drive back from my mum, she lives not far from Swansea, and I like to come through, you go through a place called Llandilo, and then you go through Llandovery, and then go that way. You can go over the bricks and then come back through Leominster and that way, which is, I come through Leominster anyway, but I didn't go over the bricks. But the amount of bikes that were out, and the sunset, I saw hot air balloons. It was, if I can get the footage off my phone, off my dash cam, actually, that might be a good idea. I might try and do that, but I'm not sure what I'll have to have a look, see if I can get it off the dash cam, because the hills, the mountains, they just looked superb. And then Monday, of course, it rained, so I'm glad I didn't come back that day, because I think I'd have been a bit annoyed. But that is one of my favourite things about going to and coming from my mum's, is the drive, because it's absolutely spectacular. And when we get our camper van, I can't wait to do drives like that all the time. So yeah, but that is my little catch up. I am very sorry that I didn't film anything, but as I say, I was in the moment. I didn't really want to sort of film all of that sort of stuff, so maybe next time. I will be going to London to go and visit them anyway, so that should be quite good. And yeah, that is my little update. So I will let you know how I'm getting on with all of my reading and other bits. I did as well watch The Hobbit, the first film, so I want to watch the other two films, because I thoroughly enjoyed that. I've never seen The Hobbit before. I've seen all the Lord of the Rings films, but I've not seen The Hobbit, so I've seen the first one, so I've got the other two to watch. So yeah, that's basically everything that we did, so I will catch up with you in a bit. Well, hello. I am literally, I've got about 100 pages left of this book. Wow, what a book so far. I cannot wait to see who has done it. So I will read you the synopsis. Okay, so Myra Whitlock is a portrait artist whose paintings alter people's real life bodies. This kind of magic is forbidden, though, in the kingdom of Leverton, and so she needs to guard her secret carefully. Then one night, the governor's wife approaches her to complete a portrait to resurrect the governor's son. But as Myra arrives at the legendary stone mansion to complete her task, it becomes clear that the boy's death was no accident. Someone dangerous lurks within the glittering halls. Someone's harbouring a disturbing obsession with portrait magic. Desperate to get out of the manor as quickly as possible, Myra turns to the governor's older son for help, completing the painting before the secret she has spent her life concealing makes her the killer's next victim. Brilliant. It is set in, I would say, sort of Edwardian, Victorian era. I would say, if you think about Bridgerton, that type of thing, I reckon that's what this is set around. Kind of similar to the corset that I just read in my last video. If you like that sort of historical novels, then I would definitely recommend. I haven't finished it yet. I would say for this, it's probably, I mean, it's great. It's not, you know, mind-blowingly brilliant. I'll probably give it like a 4.5 stars. But as a whim purchase of Vinted, I think I did good. So I would definitely recommend. Also, just on an update, I forgot to show you this yesterday, but I don't know, some of you may know, some of you may not know, I have had a Humpty Dumpty for a long time, and he has looked dreadful. Well, he has had a glow up, and I'm going to show you it. Here he is. Most things are original. So my mum has worked very hard. She did this. She replaced all his buttons, did his smile. He's got a new nose, his eyes, his eyebrows. That is his original hair. These are his original hands, but she's just literally turned them inside out. Sewn his legs back on. And, oh, sorry, Humpty, he nearly fell then. And he has got himself a nice dapper hat. So this is Humpty with a glove. He has got a companion, but he's sat in the back of the car at the minute. When I came home from Mum's, he was sat in the front seat with the seatbelt on. And yes, I was talking to him on the way home. So there you go. That is my Humpty Dumpty with his glow up. Also, I think we've got a little bit of a change to the weekend. I think we might be going somewhere else. I don't know. We're kind of a little bit undecided at the moment. So, as I was saying earlier, my mum isn't very well. She got a cold and stuff like that. And well, I say cold, it isn't actually a cold. She's quite poorly with it. She's got a sore throat and all sorts of things. I thought I was coming down with it yesterday. But, I mean, my eyes are really bad. But I just think it's the hay fever, actually, for me. Because I actually feel I'm just really tired at the minute. But when am I not tired? So, but yeah, I will fill you in once I finish this, and then I'm going to start The Illusionist or something. So I'm going to start that next. But yeah, loving this so far. Hello. Well, isn't it a beautiful morning? Today we are going to Dudmanston Hall or something near Bridge North. So we'll be doing that. Yesterday we went for a nice walk downtown, but I didn't take the camera. Just enjoyed the day. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I've got a shirt and jorts on today, so that is what I'm wearing. I've read a little bit more of The Illusions. I'm about halfway. I'm finding it a little bit meh. But I'm going to persevere and finish it. So I don't think I'll be reading David Copperfield this week. I think that's going to be a look. I mean, that's like a big, thick, chunky book. So anyway, I will fill you in a bit later on. But in the meantime, let's go out. Hello. Well, I finished both books. I did, however, start David Copperfield yesterday, and it's got Anthony. Not Anthony, Richard Armitage doing the audiobook, and I love him. I love him so much. So I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that. I don't think it's one that I'm going to like read within the week. I think I'm just going to enjoy the moment. So the two books that I read. The first one was A Forgery of Roses. I gave that a 4, I said, didn't I? 4.5 stars. The twist at the end, I can't say any more than that because whatever, I read the synopsis to you, so perfect. What else did I read? The Illusions. Let's have a look. Oh dear me, the weather is absolutely glorious. I'm just finishing off editing this fortnight's video. Yes, it was the Illusions, and it invariably is a book about a girl or a woman who has a photography shop in the 1800s, and it is also about magicians, and it is, I want to say, it is basically the coming together of illusions and moving this here, moving pictures, and how it can be seen as, they can be seen quite similar. Two girls kind of come together throughout the novel, their worlds collide. There is romance, not between the two girls, but there is romance, there is intrigue, there is blackmail. I think it was a very good book. It had a lot of potential. It just didn't quite hit the post for me. So for that reason, I'm going to give it about 3.5 stars. It's 500 pages long. I think it could have been 200 pages shorter. Which is why I think when I said to you earlier on that I'm feeling a little bit meh about it. When I got back yesterday from when we went out for the day, I sat and read it. It was okay, you know, it was okay. It was quite predictable, but I think that's because I've read 3 books on the trot that are very, very similar. So, as I say, I've got David Copperfield. I don't know what else to read. I think I need a bit of a palate cleanser from historic fiction. I think I need something, I don't know. But next week you will find out what that palate cleanser is. Because I think there's only so much of a certain genre you can read without it all feeling like it rolls into one. Also, I managed to finish off the post box and everything. I'll put a little clip in here. I'm really pleased with it. It turned out, in my opinion, amazingly. We've been standing out in the foyer, me and the other girl that I do the charity work with, collecting money for the Legion, which is great. When I did my Great Sleep Out, I managed to raise £170, which I'm so pleased with, and if you did sponsor me, thank you very much, much appreciated. So that is also going to be going into the pot with all the other stuff that we managed to raise for the Legion, and it's just my way of saying thank you for all of those people that have gone out and fought in V-Days or, you know, in the wars, all of them, and those who have decided to have the military as, excuse me, as their profession. So thank you very much. I am going to go now. I'm going to go and sit out, make a cup of tea, go and sit out in the garden. Burnt my head a little bit yesterday. So I'm going to go and do that. I am hopefully going to I've got a lot of things coming up now, so hopefully I can go back to weekly vlogs. If not, we'll just stick with the fortnightly. If it changes, I will let you know in my community thing, whatever. And also don't forget, if you are not subscribed, then please do subscribe. And also, if you would like to get a few ideas about holidays, day trips, things like that, please go on over to Vagrants on Vacation, which is my other channel that me and my husband do. It's great fun over there. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a few minutes out of your day. And I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye. Ta-ta.